If I were to fight Jake Paul, I would take it completely seriously like a real fight, and I'd whoop his ass, I'd beat him.
I don't think he ever gets into the ring and risks his alpha male appearance.
Jake Paul versus Andrew Tate is finally happening, and the internet is buzzing. For days, Jake avoided Tate, seemingly allergic to unscripted punches. But now, a massive cash offer has pushed him to step up, setting the stage for the next big online obsession.
After we seen them square off for the first time, the internet blew up. Everyone was talking about this fight. But why? So we've got Andrew Tate, who's the most spoke about man in the world right now. He is absolutely everywhere. Then we've got this guy, Jake Paul, who is making massive moves in the boxing scene. And he is one of the most famous people in the world right now as well.
Meanwhile, Tate's been calling this a real boxing match, with fans expecting Jake to face a true fighter. Will this be Jake's redemption arc or the reality check he never wanted? Stay tuned, because this fight is going to be wild.
That's where Andrew Tate steps in with that long lead hook, and it's a good shot. There it's again, that long lead hook. He hurts the guy. Oh, blasts him to the body.
Andrew Tate, the self-proclaimed king of masculinity, has officially challenged Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxing figure. On November 17th, 2024, during a live stream, Tate didn't just call Jake out. He roasted him in front of the world. Tate emphasized that Jake has never faced a fight that wasn't carefully controlled, and this one would be different. With the confidence of someone who spent years perfecting the art of trash talk, Tate made it personal, declaring that Jake would face a real challenge this time. The gauntlet has been thrown, setting the stage for a fierce confrontation.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Jake Paul wasted no time accepting Andrew Tate's challenge, firing back less than 24 hours later with a response full of classic Jake Paul energy. Tate can't survive this match. He's only doing it for the money, Jake declared. The irony wasn't lost. Here's a YouTuber turned boxer accusing someone else of fighting for cash. This isn't just another fight. It's a battle of egos, brands, and bank accounts. It's the ultimate showdown between two men who believe they're unstoppable. For better or worse, the world can't look away. Here's why this fight is shaping up to be the most talked about event of 2025.
If you want to fight and you want to send a contract, send one to me. I will take a few weeks break from living my retired life to kick the living fuck out of a fucking goofy, fucking entitled dickhead like you. You know my name, Andrew Tate. Fucking Google it if you want to know more. Any day, anytime.
Let's be clear, both Andrew Tate and Jake Paul are already swimming in cash. Jake, the self-proclaimed problem child, has an estimated net worth of $300 million earned through his YouTube stunts, social media empire, and his highly profitable, yet criticized boxing career. On the other hand, Tate boasts an estimated $400 million thanks to his kickboxing career, online hustling programs, and endless controversy. He's practically built a business around being unlikable, capitalizing on his divisive persona to make his fortune.
Logan's got to see it.
Andrew Tate will not fight Jake, and if he does, it'd be a money play. He's gonna get his ass
so much money.
He's gonna get his ass kicked, and the top G facade will finally be.
When Jake accused Tate of fighting for money, Tate predictably fired back, saying, "I don't fight for money. This is personal. Sure, Andrew, we believe you. It's definitely not about the $100 million in projected pay-per-view revenue or the chance to sell even more overpriced self-help courses to your loyal followers. Not at all. On paper, Tate holds the upper hand. With a professional kickboxing record of 76 wins and just 9 losses, he's not just a talker, he's a seasoned fighter. Known for his knockout power and psychological mind games, Tate has spent years intimidating opponents long before they step into the ring. If combat sports were a chess match, Tate would be the one flipping the board while delivering a smug lecture about how inferior you are.
Go. Work. Come on, keep going. Work!
Come on, fight!
Make it. Come on, 20 seconds to walk, Steve. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Come on, work, fit. Work, work. Good. Work, 10 seconds. Work.
Jake Paul, on the other hand, remains undefeated in his celebrity boxing career with 8 wins and 0 losses. Impressive, right? Well, only if you ignore the fact that most of his opponents have been retired athletes, former MMA fighters, and fellow internet personalities, individuals who likely sign up more for the paycheck than for the glory. Critics love to call Jake a fake fighter, and this match is his chance to finally shut them up. Or not. If he loses, let's just say Twitter will have a field day. Of course, no fight is complete without some pre-match trash talk, and Andrew Tate has already started swinging verbally. He called Jake Paul a boy pretending to be a fighter, a line Tate probably practices in front of a mirror. Never one to back down from a verbal sparring match, Jake fired back, saying, "Tate is all talk. I'll shut him down in the ring." The stage is set for an intense war of words and fists.
All you've got left is somebody like me. He'd mentioned me before, and there'll be people out there saying, "Oh, Carl Froch's talking about himself. He's after a payday." Listen, I'm not after a payday. I'm doing all right. There's no problems with my finance.
This back and forth isn't just entertainment, it's a strategic game. Andrew Tate is a master of psychological warfare, using every opportunity to get under his opponent's skin. Jake Paul, however, thrives on being underestimated. He's built his entire boxing career around proving people wrong, so don't count him out just yet. Both fighters are taking their training seriously. Tate has reportedly ramped up his prep with elite boxing coaches, focusing on transitioning his kickboxing skills into a pure boxing style. For someone who's relied on kicks, knees, and elbows for years, this is a significant adjustment. But if there's one thing Tate loves more than his Bugatti collection, it's proving people wrong. Jake Paul, meanwhile, is sticking with his tried and true team, led by Coach BJ Flores. Insiders say Jake is doubling down on endurance drills to prepare for Tate's knockout power. Jake knows he's not the most experienced fighter, but he's a workhorse in training, and that dedication has earned him the grudging respect of even his harshest critics, while some of them. For Jake Paul, this fight is about respect. Despite his success, he's still viewed by many as a YouTuber who got lucky in boxing. Beating Andrew Tate would be his ultimate told you so moment, a chance to silence the doubters once and for all. But if he loses, oof, a loss to Tate would be a PR nightmare. His entire brand is built on being the underdog who always comes out on top. Losing would shatter that narrative, and the memes alone would be brutal. For Andrew Tate, this fight is about legacy. He's made it clear that he views celebrity boxing as a joke and is determined to bring honor back to combat sports. A win would solidify him as a versatile fighter capable of dominating multiple disciplines. But let's not kid ourselves. Tate has just as much to lose as Jake. If he's defeated by a guy who started his career filming prank videos, credibility and massive ego will take a serious hit.
Why don't you lose to an old man who's retired? I live in the real fucking world, Jake. There's a whole bunch of fighters out here who live in the real fucking world. Men who are dangerous and dedicated their lives to this sport and don't have a fucking fraction of the money you have because you managed to become a fucking clown.
Predictably, the internet has exploded with reactions to this matchup. A recent Twitter poll revealed that 65% of fans are backing Andrew Tate, while 35% are rooting for Jake Paul. TikTok is flooded with memes, fight predictions, and clips of both men training. Hashtags like hashtag TatePaul 2025 and hashtag AsrielBoxingReturns have racked up over 500 million views, proving once again that the internet loves a good drama. Even celebrities are joining the conversation. Logan Paul, Jake's older brother, publicly doubted Tate's chances, saying Tate is biting off more than he can chew with Jake. UFC legend Conor McGregor tweeted, "This fight will be a circus, but I'll still watch. Boxing needs entertainment like this, and honestly, he's not wrong."
The best boxer on the planet is
Jake Paul.
Why?
I mean, who's doing it?
I mean, if Mike Tyson says, "Let's do this," are you down?
100%.
I'm gonna make Mike my girlfriend.
Would you fight Mike Tyson? Again, no, because he's now old, and it would be an absolutely tragic shame to knock out an old version of his prime self. That doesn't feel fair. Prime Tyson would have ripped me apart in a boxing match, so to beat him when he's past his prime just feels dishonorable, and I'd feel dirty for doing that. So there's no amount of money on the planet that could convince me to fight.
This fight isn't just about Andrew Tate and Jake Paul. It represents something much bigger. Traditional boxing purists have been rolling their eyes at celebrity matches for years, dismissing them as cash grabs with no credibility. However, fights like this one are forcing people to pay attention. Love it or hate it, celebrity boxing is here to stay, and it's bringing millions of new fans to the sport. A win for Jake Paul could legitimize the celebrity boxing scene, opening the door for more high-profile crossover fights. On the other hand, a win for Andrew Tate could serve as a rallying cry for traditional fighters who are fed up with influencers invading their turf. Either way, this fight transcends the two men involved. It's a cultural moment. The financial stakes are astronomical. Early projections suggest the fight could generate over $100 million in pay-per-view revenue, putting it on par with legendary bouts like Mayweather versus Pacquiao. With an expected global audience of over 50 million viewers, this fight has the potential to become one of the most watched events in boxing history. Love them or hate them, Andrew Tate and Jake Paul know how to draw a crowd.
Obviously, Andrew Tate can fight. He is a hard man. He's in great shape, and he's just got that stubbornness about him where I think he's a right hard.
Though not officially confirmed, insiders are buzzing about a March 2025 date for the fight, with the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas as the likely venue. And really, where else would this spectacle take place? Vegas is the perfect backdrop for such an absurd matchup. Bright lights, big personalities, and even bigger paychecks. It's a match made in marketing heaven. Who has the edge? Andrew Tate's experience, knockout power, and psychological warfare make him a formidable opponent. But Jake Paul's youth, stamina, and relentless work ethic can't be ignored. If the fight goes the distance, Jake might have the advantage. His training is focused heavily on endurance, and he's proven he can outlast opponents. However, if Tate lands one of his signature power shots early, it could be lights out for Jake. Ultimately, it's truly anyone's game.
I actually quite like Jake, and I think he trains really hard.
Yeah.
And I think he's dedicated to the sport, and he's seriously actually a boxer. I don't think he's a YouTuber, I think he's a boxer.
Love them or hate them, Andrew Tate and Jake Paul have captured the world's attention. This fight isn't just about boxing. It's a cultural phenomenon driven by money, pride, and proving who's the bigger alpha male. One thing's for sure, when these two step into the ring, the world will be watching. So, who are you betting on? Tate's calculated brutality or Jake's gritty determination? Either way, get ready for one hell of a show. March 2025 can't come soon enough.